Next time Freddie tells you to do something, mate, just fucking do it, huh?
Exactly, what sort of idiot do you have to be to screw around and mess around with these guys? Hey folks, and welcome back to Jay's Retro Reactions. Today we're going to be reacting to one of my all-time favourite TV series. It's not a retro reaction series, actually this is pretty recent, this is from 2018. But don't worry, I'll still be doing all my reactions to my retro programmes, and the poll is still open for the next series I start watching once I finish V, North and South and Buck Rogers. Currently the $6 Million Man is in the lead for that, but this series is something I think so highly of I had to react to it. It scores a whopping 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and it's about a hitman called Ray Shoesmith. Ray Shoesmith is played by Scott Ryan. Actually wrote this series as well. It's directed by Nash Edgerton, and basically it originated from a movie called The Magician in 2005. And Ray Shoesmith is called the Magician because he makes problems disappear, right? This is probably one of the funniest and darkest black crime comedies I have seen in my lifetime. I personally would rank it much higher than 8.6 out of 10. I would put it up there with The Sopranos and The Wire in terms of its quality of writing, its delivery, the acting, the directing, the production, everything. To me, it definitely scores a 9.5. This is as close to absolute quality that you're ever going to see, in my opinion. Anyways, it's a fairly short series. It's only 3 seasons with between 6 and 10 episodes per season. I think there's 6 in the first season and then 10 in the second and third seasons. And the episodes are between 20 and 30 minutes long. So it's not going to take as long to get through this. And I really, really hope you stick with me for this journey, because this series is criminally underrated and doesn't get the attention and recognition it deserves. So many people have never heard of it, maybe because it's Australian, but it is absolutely fantastic. So as usual, enough of me talking, time for Jason to doon his veil, as we say in Irish, shut my mouth, and let's get on with the show, folks.
Where's Freddie? How come you didn't put the bet on? I did.
This guy looks like a junkie, he probably spent the money, Ray.
You talk to me? Yeah. Ray, I swear to God, I put the bet on.
Yeah, I don't believe this guy, and I doubt Ray's going to either. This guy, as I said, looks like a junkie. Probably took the money and spent it on good old strawberry fields.
I got Maddie. I reckon it's Mick's full of shit.
Okay, so the junkie is trying to blame this guy Mick and say Mick is the one who screwed up with the money and didn't place the bet. And Freddie is Ray's boss, by the way.
Freddie? Yep.
He didn't put the bet on, I can guarantee it.
I put the bet on.
Don't backtrack on your story, mate. You're dead if you do.
I was gonna put the bet on, but I just I ran in on mate and he had some gear and...
He told you he was a junkie, his mate had gear. But he's a dead man now, obviously. He just admitted to lying.
Fuck, I'm sorry, mate. Okay, thanks, Freddie.
You are not going to get off that easy, mate. No way.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
Okay, so at least he's not going to get killed. Just damage him a bit.
Next time Freddie tells you to do something, mate, just fucking do it, huh?
Exactly, what sort of idiot do you have to be to screw around and mess around with these guys? Oh! That had to hurt. But I like Ray's thinking. I'm going to have to mess this guy up. It can't be permanent. The height is just enough to damage him a little bit. Maybe break an arm and a leg. Plus, I don't have to put any effort into beating him up. But it does show Ray's all about the business, you know. That's the job. I'm going to do it. I don't care about your feelings.
What's news, my friend? No news.
So this is Freddie, and this is the club that Freddie owns and hangs out in. And Ray officially works as security at this club for Freddie. I guess that's how he legitimizes the income he has.
I got a guy who owes me 10 over in Ashfield. You want to go get that? You can keep it.
Okay, so Freddie owes Ray for messing up the dude who didn't place the bet Freddie doesn't have the money, so he's telling Ray to go and collect money off another guy who owes Freddie money.
But I shouldn't have to go and get the money from somebody else, should I?
Exactly, Ray. Freddie's being a dickhead here.
So how long have you been working for Freddie?
I wouldn't ask too many questions, new guy. Ray doesn't strike me as the sort of guy that's just going to tell you, the guy he's just met, all his business. He seems to be in his about 40s, so I presume he didn't last that long in this game by blabbing to everyone about what he does in a criminal sense of the word. Because that would be just stupid.
Freddie's money, where is it? Don't tell me to hold on, you cocksucker. I can't give the money, okay?
So this new guy is playing tough love with this guy Terry who owes the 10 grand. Ray seems a bit more chilled and relaxed.
How long have you been married, Terry?
12 years.
Get your wallet.
Uh-oh, Ray's going after the family. Play the old psychological mind warfare than the physical warfare the new guy is doing.
Nice looking family.
Thanks.
Very nice.
I told you, he's going after the family. He's basically going to tell this guy, I've got your wallet, I know where your family live, I'm going to do some harm to your kids and your wife if you don't come up with that money now. Which is a lot smarter than the other guy who was just throwing fists around.
I'm going to kill Billy.
Look, I'll give you your money, okay?
I don't want any money.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not my job to collect money, it's his job.
See, Ray said he's going to the guy's house. Told you.
My job's to make you sorry you didn't pay when you had the chance.
Look, I want to do the right thing.
Ooh. I like Ray. Not as a person, obviously, but I like the way he does business.
You go with him. If he gives you any trouble, you give me a call, right? Okay?
And I presume Ray is not going to go to the family's house. He knows this is just an ordinary business guy. He's going to pay up. He doesn't know how to deal with these characters. Ray's probably just going to go to McDonald's and have a bit of lunch or something. Or whatever the Aussie equivalent of McDonald's is. See, I told you. He's having soup and sandwiches.
I'm Ali, by the way.
Ray.
Ray.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So you come here a bit, do you? Or?
Yeah.
Is this a potential love interest for Ray? Because for two dogs just running into each other, they seem to be talking quite a lot. You know what I mean?
You're not in the city, even though you are?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, she's definitely interested. Ray's playing it cool, actually, here.
I guess probably should just let you get on with it.
Ray, ask for her number. She wants to give you her number.
I
See you later.
Come on.
Yeah, we'll catch you in.
Come on.
Idiot Ray. She was there for the taking, man. Ray playing some PlayStation there. Was that Resident Evil 6? I don't know. It looked like Resident Evil 6 to me. You know the part where you have to kill the big giant ogre looking guy?
Had the perfect opportunity, mate. What do I do?
I told you, Ray. You should have asked for her number. At least you realise it, man. So Ray's obviously feeling a bit lonely.
Alright, Quentin.
Have a good time.
Bye.
Hey, on, sweetheart.
I'm good.
Okay, so Ray obviously has an ex-wife and kid. The ex-wife is hooked up with this new guy, Quentin, and he's a weekend dad. Unfortunately, like so many of us have been.
How you going, brother?
Good, man. How's school?
Good.
Really?
No.
Okay, so this is Ray's brother.
Anything happening in the chief's department?
Huh? Yeah?
Oh, man. Since I got a motor neuron, I've been beating him off with a stick.
Also, Ray's brother has motor neuron disease. I've actually known people who've had that. That's a horrible, horrible illness. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's basically a wasting disease, and pretty much all your critical functions shut down over time. Okay, so Ray, this is why he's called Mr. In-Between. He has his life in the criminal world, and he has his family life, his daughter, his terminally ill brother, and his loneliness, I presume.
I need you to come back and apologise to her.
For what?
For leaving the porno at my joint.
Why the f would I leave a porno in your house?
I don't know, you just did. I didn't know what else to say.
So this guy's wife found one of his pornos, or girlfriend, whatever she is, and he said the porno was Ray's. So he needs Ray to go back and tell his wife or girlfriend that it was his porno.
Boy, relax, it's a porno.
Yeah, I know, she's just fucking...
Huh?
That's a big ask, mate. I don't think I would do that for any of my mates. I'd be saying, tough shit, man. Deal with your own shit.
I told you not to marry a Russian,
Yeah, I know, it's just...
didn't I?
Yeah.
Eh?
Well, fair play to Ray. He's obviously going to do it for his mate, so better mate than I am, obviously.
Why you want to look at these things, Ray? This is disgusting, Ray. Why you like this? You like to piss on women?
The DVD is called Golden Showers. Google it if you don't know what that is. I ain't going to explain it on here.
Yeah.
You want this or not?
Yeah, Ray is sorry. He agreed to accept the blame for this now, huh?
He's
Yeah, I
genius.
know. I'll say him out now. You alright?
Naughty, Ray. You shouldn't be watching DVDs with golden showers. Even though you didn't do it, it was your mate.
Well, it's for silly. It's Tat's brother. He's over from Russia.
There you go, man.
The PP guy? Yeah. Come on. No, it's what? Come on.
And Ray is now known as the pee-pee guy. Fantastic. And in case you haven't figured it out and didn't know what golden showers are, it's got to do with pee-pee. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. Sorry. You know I'm not just into that stuff.
Man, it's not even a regular porno. It's a fetish porno.
Well, they're shitting in people's mouths.
No, you know, like...
So now the friend is trying to justify that he's not a sexual deviant.
Thanks, Ray. I owe you one.
You owe him more than one, mate, because if Ray ends up being called a pee-pee guy by everyone in the criminal underworld and all his friends, I don't know. This is why I won't ever do that for a mate. You see, you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. And he still takes the DVD back again for his viewing pleasure later on. So the real pee-pee guy stays in the shadows, and poor Ray is outed as the pee-pee guy, even though he did nothing.
In the present.
Whoa! Hey, Jesus, man. Why don't you watch where you're going, eh? What was that?
Hey, what the hell, man? You don't bang into a little kid like that.
And what's your language too, eh? Oh, piss off, fuckwit.
Dead right, Ray. I think these guys are bitten off more than they can chew messing with Ray. Honestly, you seem like a couple of dickheads, or punks as the Yanks would say.
Can you stay here?
Yeah.
I know. We'll be back in a minute, alright?
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to lock the kid in the car, and he's going to go down and sort these two guys out. My type of man. In this situation, my type of guy.
You right, old man?
And Ray took them out in 2 seconds flat.
Run, you little shit.
Hey,
Okay, that's the girl from the park that he was looking for earlier on. It's meant to be. They're bumping into each other.
So like they had an accident or something? It's for you directly, or will
He's got the number. Well done, Ray. Don't make the same mistake twice. You're learning from your mistakes, mate. Clever.
go for it.
oh,
Yep,
oh,
yep.
oh.
Great. She gave him the emergency dial number, I presume.
Is this a real number, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, fair enough. She typed her real number into his phone. Fair play, girl.
I'm on my case.
I told him.
Mine's gonna be better.
Okay, these look like new characters. Given it's episode 2 and episode 1, we probably are seeing all the characters that are going to be introduced to us. So what, this guy's going out for a nightly jog or something? Flat tire. And he thinks it's suspicious, so is Ray going to hit this guy?
That's a pistol, right? Okay. Let's go. In the boot, mate. Open it. Get in.
Okay, so this must be one of Ray's targets for his hitman job.
Head down. Thank you.
So Ray must have been watching him for a while to know his routine and figured out that this guy on certain days goes jogging at the beach and it's dark, it's quiet, the car park is pretty empty, so that would be the best place to get him. Or at least kidnap him, because he's not stupid enough to shoot him in public, obviously. Well, we've got a shovel in Ray's hand, so yeah, he's going to shoot him and bury him. It's pretty obvious. But in that instance, right, if someone unfortunately did do that to you and say, get in the boot, He's obviously involved in some sort of criminal racket for a hitman to be targeting him. Why wouldn't you just resist in public? Why would you let yourself be taken away? Because it was me and a guy was saying there's a pistol in your back in the boot, and it was in, okay, maybe deserted, but still a public area with possibly cameras around. I'd be going, no way, man. You want to fight, we do it here. You want to do me here. And even if he got me, at least there's a higher chance of him getting caught for it.
I swear to God, you got the wrong one, I swear.
I'm sure they all say that they're the wrong guy when their criminal activities come back to haunt them. And even this thing of digging your own grave, I'd be going, no, I'm not going to dig my own grave. You do it, you lazy git. You're the one that's going to shoot me, right?
I've got a family. I've got 2 kids. You know what? Can you just not bury me?
I gotta bury you, mate.
Unless so they won't.
And I can understand why he's asking that, because if you've got kids, you want your kids to know you didn't run off on them, that you're dead. Probably also has life insurance on his mortgage, on his life maybe as well. And you know that'll get paid out and then the kids are looked after.
Please.
I wouldn't beg for my life though like this guy's doing. I'd charge. If the guy would give me the shovel, I'd charge him. Okay, at last he did that. Fair play to him. Ray's cold-blooded, man. All about the business. No human emotion there at all. He doesn't strike me as a psychopath. He strikes me as a sociopath. And the difference between those two is, in case anyone doesn't know, a psychopath is born. You can never change a psychopath. They have no feelings, no emotions. All they care about is themselves, right? That's it. A sociopath is someone who's formed by the environment around them. So a kid who grows up in violence or surrounded by violence becomes very lacking in feelings, but they actually can, with a lot of effort, be made normal again. There's hope of redemption. With a psychopath, it's impossible because they're born that way.
Sounds like a myth.
So he is real.
No, he's not. No.
So where do presents come from?
I'll buy him.
Okay, so the kid is asking those questions about what's real and what's not that we all have to do with as parents at some stage.
What about unicorns?
My unicorns are real.
Really? How'd you know?
So,
Decides unicorns are real, just to not totally shatter the whole childhood of the kid in this one conversation.
yeah, I'm standing there, like on the edge of this clearing. Then I look up, and on the other side of the clearing, there's this unicorn.
Okay, so Ray is claiming he saw a unicorn, and as I said, to me that shows he's not a psychopath, that he does have is capable of love and understanding, because he understands that if he would destroy the whole childhood of this kid if he said everything wasn't real, and he wants to keep some of that magic alive.
Wait, how did he know your name?
Unicorns know everybody's name.
And again, that shows why he's called Mr. In-Between, because he's sitting in between this sweet, nice, loving father and then the hardened sociopathic criminal that can kill someone with no issue.
Very cool. What did you do? Bashed a dickhead.
So Ray must have got seen on the CCTV for those guys he bet up on the street.
Get a couple of witnesses. What are you laughing at? You can slow me. You can talk.
So the brother must know what he does for a living. And again we see that other side of Ray, the sweet side. He's looking after his terminally ill brother and he's spending time with him. Again, that's where the whole Mr. In-Between comes from. These two sides of Ray as a human being.
Hey, that guy, Henson?
Yeah.
He's not the guy. He owed Willie 60 grand, so we thought it was him, but it wasn't.
Well, if Ray is not a psychopath, and as I suspect a sociopath, he'll do the right thing. I believe he would have that kind of code where he understands what it is to be a dad, and he will dig up that body and leave it somewhere where it can be found.
Alright.
Okay, so this is the family of the guy that Ray killed.
Luke said to give this to you if anything ever happened to me.
What? What do you mean?
Okay, so Ray hasn't told her where the body is because that may implicate him in the crime if they trace the bullet, etc. But it looks like he's given her money and told her he's dead. So at least she knows that he didn't run off, and he's probably given her enough money to make sure that the family won't lose the house and the kids are looked after.
You? I once, yep. Good daughter.
So Ray's got his date. We could see he was kind of lonely the way he was behaving before, so hopefully he gets somewhere with this girl.
I think you gotta find somebody, like everybody's got their own style. And you just gotta find somebody that fits your style.
So Ray's got her back at her apartment, it looks like. The music is on, a nice slow song. They've got a glass of wine. I reckon Ray's going to get lucky tonight, and he isn't going to be so lonely anymore the way things are looking. He shoots, he scores! He's in the hospital? Who's in the hospital? His brother?
Hey,
Oh no, it's his friend. The Golden Showers guy.
The doctor put him in coma. They say there might be brain damage.
I think Gary already has a bit of brain damage given his his weird sexual inclinations, plus the fact that he tries to pin it on his mate.
hey, come on, here you are, okay?
So someone's obviously beaten Gary up, and Ray, as his mate, is probably going to go and look for these guys, I presume.
We was doing deal. They buy the guns. Then these guys come in and they bash Gary, take the guns.
So Gary is also into the criminal scene as well as being a mate of Ray's. Is that how they're mates? Because they came across each other doing that business?
I know this guy. And while we do deal, these other guys come in. They bash Gary and they take guns.
Okay, this guy's a bit of an idiot. It's obvious because there's only two explanations for how that could happen. One, the guys that were doing the deal with set up that they would be robbed. Or two, this Russian guy that Gary doesn't really know, he's the wife's brother, set up that they would be robbed and he gets a cut as well.
You punched him 3 times in the face.
Right in the face.
How's your hands? Your hands alright, man?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah? Okay.
Ray knows he's lying because there's no marks in his hands, which if you've ever punched anyone, you would know you get bruises.
Thanks.
Ray doesn't believe him, and I think Ray's right because the guy's story doesn't add up.
Wash your hands, you dirty prick.
Oh, you scared.
Told you Ray didn't believe him. He's here to get the truth.
What the fuck is this, huh? You come into my house and you kill me?
Ray's definitely going to get the truth. He's going to beat it out of him if necessary.
See that hand?
So?
Yep. So?
Exactly, marks in your hand. If you punch someone, you're hitting bone, mate. Of course there's going to be marks.
What the fuck you doing? Ray, I'm getting brother of war!
Okay, mate.
Ray's going to cut his tackle off.
You start telling the truth, okay? Or I'm gonna catch your dick off.
I tell the truth, man. I tell the truth rapidly.
You're gonna spend the rest of your life walking around with a stub where your cock used to be.
Yeah, I'm telling the truth. I don't care if I did it or not. I'm telling whatever Ray wants to hear at that stage.
Vasily, it's a son.
Okay, so Ray has got Gary's wife's brother to ring up his accomplice to come to their flat while Ray's waiting to do whatever he needs to do.
On the bed. Both of you.
So is Ray going to shoot both of them? Because I presume it's going to be difficult for him to whack the wife's brother, the friend's wife's brother. So that's going to piss off the friend's wife.
It was Vasily's idea in the first place.
You like cockfucker!
So the brother-in-law did set up the friend Gary.
So who bashed him?
Just guys I know. Will you kill them?
Probably known Ray. He is a hitman. And his friend may have permanent brain damage, so I would say yes.
I think there's something out there.
There's nothing out there, baby.
So this must be guy number 1 that bashed Gary, and Ray's paying a visit. And here's Ray, to give some payback time. Is that guy dying? Did Ray collapse his lung or something? Or did the glass go through his chest? And this is guy number 2 for payback time.
Yeah, I'm crazy. This is how you made me.
Well, that didn't look too bad. That was just smashed his head into the mirror. A few cuts. Okay, there's a lot more blood on Ray's face though, so he's obviously done a little bit more than just smash his head into the mirror. Ray's a serious dude, man. You do not mess with this guy. Welcome back, guys. And that is the end of episodes 1 and episodes 2 of Mr. InBetween. So what did I think? It was really good, right? Episode 1 was a bit slow, but episode 1 of any new series is always slow because you have to introduce the different characters, tell a little bit about their life and who they are, you know, set up that, for in this example, that Ray's a hitman and a criminal, that he lives alone, that he's divorced, that he has a young daughter, that he's lonely, and that he's looking for love, and that he's got a terminally ill brother. So that's a lot of information that we needed to understand to kind of figure out who Ray is. So first episode is always a bit slow because of that reason, but at the same time we did see that Ray has no problem committing violence when he needs to commit violence. And we also seen that he's quite caring and loving towards his daughter. And he has a conscience because we seen that with the guy who he killed under instructions from Freddie, but then who Freddie told him was not the right guy to be killed, he did go and give his own money, it looks like, to the wife and say that the husband is dead so that she would know he didn't run away and so that the family would be well looked after. I have to say I really love the actor Scott Ryan who plays Ray Shoesmith. He reminds me so much in facial expressions of a guy I went to college with called Ivan. Ivan, if you're watching, hello mate, how are you? I think Scott Ryan does a fantastic job of conveying that kind of balance of emotions that Ray has to go through. The sociopathic, psychopathic side of Ray, where he's a clean, clinical hitman and damage man. And we see his loyalty to his friend Gary in two different places. One where he takes the blame on owning the Golden Showers DVD so Gary's wife can blame it on him instead of Gary and save Gary's marriage. And then when Gary gets beaten up, he goes after the guys who did it. He figures it out and takes revenge on Gary's behalf. So we've seen he's a very loyal guy. He has a code of honor in his own way. You know, you mess with me, my family, or my friends, I'm coming after you. And also, if I do a mistake, I will pay for it. So that's why, as I said, he's a sociopath more so than a psychopath. And we've seen he's caring as well. He looks after his terminally ill brother. He's very kind towards his daughter. He didn't want to destroy all her illusions of childhood and told her unicorns were real and made up a story. It's a really good acting. It'll be interesting to see more of Bruce's character because it'll be difficult to play a guy who has degenerative motor neuron disease. So it'll be interesting to see how the actor who plays Bruce does that. But yeah, so far so good. These first two episodes definitely set the scene for who Ray is and what his life is. And I enjoyed it. And I can see how this show has got such a good rating already. I just hope people understand that episode 1 and episode 2 were primarily an introduction, and it's the same for every series. You have to understand who these people are and their backgrounds so that the stories they set up for the characters in later episodes make sense and you can understand their motivations for the way they behave. I felt the direction was really good, quite fast paced, had a gritty kind of feel to it, kind of giving you that living in the streets kind of feel. The way the kind of grainy camera footage was used. So credit to Nash Edgerton for doing that, the director. I felt that it almost felt like it was a documentary crew following Ray around in his life. And you were kind of just sitting beside him as he was going through these various different things that are happening to him. I'm excited to see more, and I hope you guys will continue on this journey with me. So that's all for now, folks. Have a good evening or day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.